Yeah, had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. Truth bombs that many never knew. We talking politics, everything up to the moon. Was the landing real or fake? I guess you'll never know. Let's talk, this is the Nate and Garrett Show, yeah. So lend me your ear, let's get it poppin'. You know that we keep it live, non-stoppin'. Educate and entertain, there ain't no doubt. After you listen, you'll be thinking way outside the box. From media dishonesty, never let them play you. Keep it authentic nowadays, many can't do. Unfiltered is how we do it. Make sure you stay locked in and tuned in, let's go. Had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. The Nate and Garrett Show.
And now, welcome to the Nate and Garrett Show. Prepare yourself to be transported to the furthest reaches of reality. As the hosts unravel the mysteries of the universe, the depths of the deep state, the truth hidden in plain sight, all while bringing you the news from this week. Please welcome your hosts, Nate and Garrett.
Hey, what's up, Garrett? Yeah, we got some interesting stuff to talk about. Yeah, I don't know. Last few days anyway. They were a huge flop, which I love. I'm so sick of Hollywood and the Grammy, you know, this. Oh, can't hear Garrett. Is it this? Oh, it's this. Yep. Whoops.
That's weird they could hear you that time and not me.
Yeah. Thanks, Miggles. Miggles always saving the day on that.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I'm sure she can. But yeah, go
Right.
on.
But I was just kind of saying, I'll reiterate a bit, that we've talked about in the past. Still can't hear.
Give it a sec. It's got to. This
You know
is what
what?
it was, right?
Go to mine. I wonder if it had something to do with my windows up. Okay, there.
Good.
I was hoping it had nothing to do with my
Thanks,
windows
everybody. Thanks, Lily Lala. Thanks, Mac Diesel.
up. We've talked about, you've said it before too, like that the whole get woke, go broke thing just doesn't ever seem to work. I mean, we see like Netflix does basically a child porn and they drop for a day or two, then they go back up.
Right.
Twitter, the same thing. Nate, I can't hear you now.
Yeah, they can.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. And then Twitter did the same thing. We saw that go down. Now it's the highest it's ever been. They banned Trump
stuff like that.
We've seen it kind of work in Gillette and stuff like that. But where we're starting to see it works, it feels like it's like stuff like the Grammys and the award show. In NFL,
Hollywood
before they
in
dropped
general.
it.
Yeah.
Before they dropped how in your face it was. NBA. So it does seem to work in some instances.
Yeah, like the NFL and NBA had to change from doing this woke crap. And that's a good example of it working, I suppose.
I guys laugh so much about that home opener at the Chiefs where they had only a few thousand people in the stands. And they did the moment of silence for the Black Lives Matter. And I'm sure they thought that was going to go off splendidly. And they booed. Like that had to have been a bit of a wake-up
And they said,
call.
why are they booing?
I can't understand why someone would boo this.
Yeah. Let me show. I've got the Grammys, how they did the viewer numbers. See that?
Wow.
They dropped 50% from last year.
God, that's more than 50%.
Yeah, no kidding. They dropped 10 million.
Yeah,
from
like
18 to
60%.
Yeah. How crazy is that? That's incredible,
That's
right?
good news. Yeah.
That-
Apparently this one was just worse than all of them. I'm sure we're going to hear the media telling us how this is
racist. Probably.
Not even that. I'm sure they're going to blame it on COVID or something.
Okay, yeah.
And they're going to have all sorts of excuses of why this isn't get woke, go broke. That's what they did with the NFL and everything.
Right. They said they had sports fatigue.
They're really doing the work for the Democrat Party. Like if you go and like Google today, gas prices soaring was trending. Go type in gas prices soaring really quick into Google.
Okay.
And look at that. So like Yahoo News, is Biden to blame for rising gas prices? I did this earlier, and the first 3 top stories are about, is Biden to blame? Is Biden to blame? It looks like they might have deleted some of them because it was so obvious. You have different news reporters in different news companies having the exact same title. So somebody obviously said, hey, Biden's getting hammered for this. Let's go and do something about this. I think that's the only logical thing that's happened there.
I'm surprised 10 fact checks didn't come up saying, fact check, Biden is not to blame.
If you look at the Yahoo News, they basically say he is beating COVID, which is causing gas prices to rise. It's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, okay.
Even though when the elections were here, everyone said there's 2 things that are going to happen now. The U.S. is going to bomb somebody, and gas prices are going to soar. And we're 45 days into it, and it's 2 for 2. So,
well, while we were talking about the Grammys, dude, let's talk about them just for a second, because here's one point I wanted to make about the Grammys that I think's interesting. So I'm just going to read this person's tweet. There's a mask mandate in LA where violations can carry a $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail. But apparently COVID isn't a concern if you're a celebrity at the Grammys. Celeb parties are no big deal, but have a family party in LA and the mayor can turn off your power. Like, why can these celebrities stand on the red carpet without masks?
Yeah. So if you said anything about this, if you pointed this out on Reddit, you were racist and ignorant. And their excuse is these guys have been away from everyone. They've been quarantined for 2 weeks, and they've been tested 3 times during that 2 weeks.
They don't give a shit about that when it's me and my uncle going to a picnic.
Yep, of course not.
So I don't care about excuses like that.
But did you hear now they're trying to cancel Bill Burr over this?
Yeah, I did.
He called this. He stood up for Carano when she got fired by Disney. He said, well, geez, they're going to come after me next. And he was right.
Dude, they're coming after him for what he said at the Grammys. Have you watched that clip?
Yeah, I just sent it to you. Go look at it.
Okay, it's the most nothing clip I've ever seen.
Boy, are they reaching. But this is a good one I sent you because it also has some tweets afterwards of people trying to cancel him and just how over the top they all are.
It's like, wow, these people have so much hatred. They'll just try to cancel him for this. I don't get it. Okay, let's watch the super offensive things Bill Burr said.
So just to start it off, before we start, apparently there was a really long piano solo before he took the stage.
Yeah.
So this is what his first joke is.
And the piano solo was really lame. It was
it? I didn't even hear it.
Low energy, crappy solo, and then he says the first thing he says here.
He's married to a.
Was I the only one who wanted to kill himself during that piano solo? I bought a suit for this. I thought I was going to be on TV. I'm such a moron. I am losing so much money right now. All right, shout out to all the rock stars that I wanted to meet tonight who are watching at home instead. I'm talking to you, Don Dawkins. All right? What, I'm old. That was my first concert. All right, here are the next categories. Name, Natalie what? All right, and the winner, the Grammy goes to Natalia Lafourcade. Oh, wait. Dude, I will accept on behalf of her. If I butchered her name, I'm sorry. Natalie, you won. Natalia. All right. Hey, how many feminists are like going nuts? So why is this cis white male doing all this Latino stuff?
But here's the tweets. These are people tweet now.
So hang on. In case you missed it, somewhere in there was the super offensive thing he said.
Yep,
he couldn't pronounce that lady's name. I guess let's cancel him forever for that. People who think being an offensive asshole on purpose is funny are the actual least humorous people alive. Whatever, dude.
Does that looks like someone that's a really funny person. Really fun person.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
They're a comedic genius.
She just got done dancing under the bridge with the other goth people.
Ah.
Oh, this isn't racist, though.
No.
White men deserve to be kept in cages. That's not racist. That's not sexist. Imagine writing this. Imagine tweeting this with anyone other than white men.
I was saying, how fast would you get deleted?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's just
so
basically,
whatever.
yeah. You've seen it, but that's it. He's getting canceled for that.
The woke machine.
And of course, let's not show it because it's too cringy to see. But the Cardi B performance that everyone's talking about too. And
well, let's show a little bit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I don't like watching this shit.
I don't either, but let's just show a little
I don't
bit.
clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring. Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me, quick jump out for you, letting me inside of me. I tell 'em where to put it, never tell 'em where I'm about to be.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion defied expectations by making WAP
There you go.
You know, NPR called this a song of the year.
for prime.
The worst song of the year?
Song of the year.
Dude, WAP is
NPR.
such a gross song.
It really is.
It grosses
Everything
me
about
out
it
to
is
listen to
gross.
it.
Yeah.
I hate this song.
I know it's
really
cliche
is.
at this point, but it's funny what they're going after, and they ignore this shit.
Yeah,
It's actually probably literally damaging to people. But
absolutely.
But
Like, is this good role modeling for
the kids' cartoon, this drew an Asian person with an Asian hat on once.
Right. Cancel Dr. Seuss for being too offensive, but allow this trash. You know, look at this. Why are the ratings
Song
down?
of the year.
Look at that.
And maybe Grammy's host
Boo. So gross. And then here comes Trevor Noah to make a not funny joke.
Trevor Noah put it best.
Oh, guys, wait. I just realized something. This is a dream. This is a dream that I've had, to be in bed with Cardi B. And then my grandmother comes in and whips our asses for having our shoes on in the bed.
The performance had rave reviews on social media and
And that's all I wanted to watch.
You know what's funny is how they're just telling you how to think there.
Yeah.
And rave reviews and
Oh, right. Grammys are super great. Nobody watched them and never will
gotta
again.
tell
but
you. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm disgusted by it. I think WAP is the worst song in probably
I
10
love watching
years.
Grammys. I'm excited to see what happens next year. You know,
Me too.
It'll actually be on my radar for once.
I'd like it to have less than 1 million viewers.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It'll be hard to get rid of that bottom diehards, though.
Yeah. I just can't believe people actually watch that. Like, who thinks, like, I need to go see who won these awards?
Yeah, yuck.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
weird.
who cares? Man, I think that the American people are really getting over Hollywood and these celebrities.
I think COVID's helping that.
COVID, you know that Gal Gadot where they released that song where they sang Imagine right in the beginning of COVID? That had a big effect of people going, boy, these celebrities suck.
You know what's weird? Before that, like, we heard instantly the World Health Organization, CDC, came out and said we're in a pandemic. And somehow Tom Hanks got COVID. And then it just, like, tons of celebrities all of a sudden, and then they release this, and there's a giant pushback, and we don't hear about it anymore. Not a single celebrity had it ever since.
Oh,
Have you noticed that?
had COVID?
Yes.
That's interesting, dude.
Instantly, Tom Hanks had it.
Yeah, he was like the spokesperson for it.
Yes.
What happened to him?
I'm sure. Yes. But, they kind of had him looking like he went through war, and he's supposedly locked away in this hospital. And then I can't remember who, but then someone else came, and then someone else, and then this comes out, and there's an anti-celebrity pushback, and we don't hear about it again.
Yeah, that's right.
I was starting to
that is
wonder,
interesting.
like, who's going to be the first celebrity that really pushes this vaccine? They show us getting the vaccine on TV, but I think they kind of felt that there was an anti-celebrity kind of feeling.
I think you're right about that. I hadn't really thought about that, and I think you're making a great point, because if there hadn't been tons of celebrity pushback, I feel like we definitely would have celebrity getting vaccinated.
And then they had what's her name from California do her house tour, and she's showing like the gourmet ice creams that she
Pelosi.
has. Yeah, while she's just murdering small businesses, just slaughtering them, and causing millions of kids to die of of starvation, and she's showing us her gourmet ice cream.
Yeah.
I think that was at the beginning and end of that too.
Let's watch 20 seconds of this crap.
Okay.
This is so bad.
Day 6 in self-quarantine. And I gotta say that it goes like this.
Where's the singing? Here we go.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Douche, chill.
No hell below us.
How hard is this to watch?
No, we're in hell.
Imagine all the people.
Living for today.
I would be for canceling every single one of these. I'm all aboard that.
Me too. But luckily they canceled themselves accidentally. Okay, that's good enough. But it's so cringy.
Yeah.
And it was so tone deaf at the time in more ways than one. And it's still that way. It's still just awful. Okay, that's
before we move on, this is kind of there's a quick conspiracy. Yeah, puke is right. There's a quick conspiracy. I don't know if people are aware of. I don't think it's a conspiracy, but you remember the real famous picture of who was it? The president holding up the newspaper, and it says like it is the wrong person won, and he's holding it up.
Oh yeah, Dewey defeats Truman or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I don't know if people know. There's a new one in Disney. So Disney does like an animatronic of all the presidents, and it takes a long time to make these. And I am convinced that this was a mistake.
Hey, hang on before we get.
Have everyone heard of this? I don't even really know.
Before we get into this,
okay,
it's a crazy conspiracy theory. I don't think many people have heard this theory, Garrett, but I'm with you. I believe
but they're
this
denying this, right? Like this isn't.
I think they are. I think they are denying it when it's obviously true.
Because this video we're gonna play for you is actually from Disney. This is showing like the Hall of Presidents. You can go to like halfway through this even because the first part there goes. Does that remind you guys of anybody?
Yeah.
Great Constitution with.
This is such a funny thing right here.
Yes.
So look, it's an animatronic of Donald Trump, right? Does it look like anyone else? If you look close,
it's almost like they just thought, all right, cut the hair, make the shoulders broader, give him a belly, and have Donald Trump's voice come out of her. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice.
Yeah. So go ahead and spill the beans, Garrett. What is this?
That is obviously Hillary Clinton trying to. They for sure thought Hillary was going to win. They bought into Nate Silver and the media and thought Hillary was the grand slam easy choice. And they just thought, fuck it. I don't want to restart.
Yeah, I'll just make it into Trump.
Just cut the hair.
Our flag and our nation under God.
That's
These
so
are the
weird,
achievements of the Americans.
It's so funny.
So yeah, they wait for her to pass out going into an SUV and get hauled away.
So they took the Hillary Clinton animatronic and just turned it into Donald Trump. Is clearly what happened here.
That is not a conspiracy to me. That is obviously what happened.
Yeah.
They didn't even bother to fix the arms. Yeah.
I love it.
Dude, what happened with her falling over and getting thrown into that SUV? What's your thoughts?
I think she has some serious health issues, and I think she was like having seizures and things, and she started to have one.
Because the news tried to do the whole, it's so hot. It was like 74 degrees. It's on September 11th.
Yeah, that's right.
In New York.
That's one weird thing is that it was on September 11th.
And they tried to say like, it's so hot. It's so hot and such a long day.
Okay, so here's the video we're talking about. See, she's being held up here. Like they're helping her stand up.
They're bringing her to Disney to quit animatronic.
Yeah, look at her. She can't walk. She can't stand up,
She's not there. She went down.
Dude, it's even weirder that it's on 9/11. Just being on 9/11 makes it so much stranger to me.
Well, I literally have brought that up just because it's cool in New York at that time. It was 70-something degrees.
But look at her. Look how much she's wobbling and stuff. No one can tell me she's not sick.
Yeah, she's out. She's out of it there.
Yeah. Look how she's leaning back on this.
Two Democrat candidates that are just that bad of health. Like, there's no way Biden's doing another 4 years. There's zero chance you can convince me of that.
No, I don't think you will.
I think that this is going to be a 4-term presidency followed by a Trump another 4 years.
I like that call.
Yeah,
but it goes straight into our next crazy conspiracy theory very well.
Good.
What you just said there. Biden won't do another 4 years? I don't think so either. And let me find the picture I want to find. Here it is. So I saw this picture the other day.
Is this real?
This is real.
So I know Lisa's real. I've seen that episode.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure Kamala Harris wore this, you know? So look what they're wearing.
That's almost too perfect.
I know. That's what I thought when I saw it. I thought, oh my God, it's almost too perfect. Here's some other pictures.
You watch Simpsons. That's definitely what Lisa wore in that episode, right? I'm almost positive.
It is. I watched the episode recently.
Okay. And that's an old classic. That's where
Bart goes
to a fortune teller, right? And they show him in the future.
He goes to an Indian casino, and the Indian casino predicts his future. Like I watched the episode after I saw this picture, because I was like, "What the heck?"
Who is that? The crack party? Hey, buddy. Have you seen the news report that announced her death after the black fan incident? No.
No, but that's weird.
I was driving home from a Cardinals football game, going, "She just lost the presidency with that."
Should I try to find that somehow? Dead. 9/11. Death reported by WABC anchor.
Oh.
In Raleigh. A TV anchor started his broadcast Sunday with a good evening. We begin with Hillary Clinton's death. What the heck? I want to see. I want to see a clip of it. You know what I mean? Yep, and she says we've inherited a lot of debt from President Trump. Yeah, that's from the Simpsons episode.
What the hell, man? That is kind of weird. And that's before Trump was president or elected? How old is that episode?
That episode is from I'll just look it up. But it's old.
Is it older than Trump being president?
Yeah, way before that. Goes to the future episode. 2000.
What?
Yeah, originally aired on March 19th, 2000.
So not only did they call Trump being president, and then they called this.
Well, in that same episode, Marge and Homer are wearing virtual reality goggles it looks like an Oculus Rift, basically.
What the hell?
Okay, so they show this Simpsons. Look at this. This is too much. They're both wearing pearl earrings.
And so she definitely wore this then, right? Kamala did. We know that Lisa did in 2000.
Yep. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is real. Kamala Harris wore this outfit, you know.
What the hell?
Look at these earrings. It's almost like Kamala Harris watched the episode and said, okay, dress me like this.
Yeah, it really does.
It's just unreal. All right, so after watching that episode, we started talking about the Simpsons predict stuff.
Whoa is right. That's really weird.
Do you know one of the...
So, I've got a buddy that in real life, and I know him and his wife are kind of conspiracy theorists, but years ago, they told me that his wife has used all their DVR memory for The Simpsons because she believes The Simpsons tell in the future. So he has to go home and watch The Simpsons every night. And she was convinced it was the Illuminati and stuff, kind of dropping little hints.
I don't blame her, dude.
It's so weird. This one is the craziest one.
This one's good.
I haven't seen this one either.
Let me show you one that I think's probably actually the craziest one, just in a picture. Look at this. Everyone's seen this, okay? This one's famous. But
I've never seen that.
You haven't?
No.
This is the most famous Simpsons prediction thing. Look at this. 9/11. He's buying a magazine. Costs $9. New York, 9/11.
What's the date on this? Obviously, it can't be after 9/11 because there's no way they would do that.
This one premiered in 1997 because I looked it up. And let's watch the scene. I got the scene here.
Okay.
5, 4, no.
Company special
So this is about the Twin Towers?
It just says, it shows them. They formed the 11.
Oh, no, I mean the clip you're going to... I was watched.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see New York. We could all go with the bus company's special Super Sitter fare. $9? This one's on me.
You see that, dude? Let's just zoom in on this right here. Look at this. New York, 9, 11.
All right.
It's pretty good, right?
Obviously kind of crazy. But at the same time, they've got thousands of hours of episodes.
Yeah.
If this was an 8 or anything, any other number, we'd be thinking whatever.
Yeah.
Just because obviously you think of New York. Back then you thought of Twin Towers. Why would Bart buy a crap magazine for $9?
Good point. Okay, so there's that one. Let's see. Okay, so this is from a still shot also related to 9/11.
I remember the monorail.
Yeah, this is in Marge versus the Monorail. And you only see this painting for like half of a second. But it kind of looks like World Trade Center.
It's not, yeah. You're right.
The two things of smoke, you know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. So do the predictions, or do the Simpsons predict the future? Maybe. Because in this same episode with Kamala Harris, she says, President Trump, like Miggles pointed out, Trump left us with a real budget crunch. And here's Kamala Harris as president right after Trump. I mean, it's crazy. And if we wanted to keep watching stuff about The Simpsons, I've got a whole YouTube... The
Simpsons.
Whoops. A whole video of YouTube predictions. Let me make sure I still have the one I want. Oh no. Oh, here's another one.
So this one's a fake, isn't it?
Yes, this is what I wanted to point out. Because people use this one, but this one's a fake.
Globals love the number 33. Have you heard that one?
Yeah. 33 is a big Freemason number, I think, and it's in tons of Illuminati type stuff, 33. So anyway, people who get into the Simpsons predictions use this one, but it happened like the day after the Trump escalator thing, so it's not a prediction.
They do that.
I do
because
too.
They have so many actually good ones.
Yeah.
You get excited about it, you show someone this, and they think, this is already happened afterwards.
I don't think this is the video I had. I think maybe I lost the good video of tons of Simpsons predictions.
Dang.
Simpsons have been known to have a rise in 2021. Let's look at sometimes the...
No, I think you might be right. It wasn't saying, let's look at some times of The Simpsons.
Simpsons saw into the future and why some folks are freaked out about what they see coming for 2020.
That's kind of creepy right there. When was this?
Yeah, what the hell? That almost had to have been
Since
after COVID.
the dawn of Homer, we've seen The Simpsons make predictions from Super Bowl wins to NSA surveillance scandals to tiger attacks and magic shows.
Oh, yeah, dude. The
Siegfried and Roy.
The Siegfried and Roy thing is crazy that they predicted that. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy because it could just be a joke, the tiger attacks.
I know, but God, we about to Google Marge with a mask. Marge Simpson with a mask.
Should I?
Like, if that's before even April of last year.
The Marge Simpson. How could I Google this to find out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll worry about it later. We'll come, but that's just kind of a weird one.
All right, let's just let this go a little bit.
Siegfried and Roy, but to be fair, you didn't need to be The Simpsons to see that one coming. Just in the season 6 episode Lisa's Wedding alone, they predict video chat, smartwatches, and the construction of the Shard building in the London skyline 17 years before it was built. It's not just the older classic.
That's pretty weird, right? See, we'd have to get... See, I know nothing about this building and stuff like that.
I know.
But if we did, we would probably go, what?
6 seasons either. In season 21, they had Homer on the US curling team beating Sweden for gold 8 years before the exact matchup in Pyeongchang. In season 23, they knew Lady Gaga would be in the Super Bowl halftime show, although when she did, she didn't take their cue on a fireworks projecting bra because, well, you know, divas probably. Even when they're wrong, they're right. When season 11 came out in 2000, would you have expected to picture President Donald Trump conceding to President Lisa?
We've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
Hey, don't get mad at me. I voted for Kodos. While we're on voting, they predicted in 2008 voting machines where people try to vote for one candidate and the machine selected another, only to have that happen in the very next presidential election when a voting machine wouldn't let a voter select then President Obama. It didn't count, relax. How about some science? Homer becomes an inventor in the 10th season and writes an equation on a chalkboard.
This is one of the weirdest
later,
ones.
when scientists discovered the Higgs boson, also known as the God particle, look it up, nerds. Well, it turns out that the mass was similar to Homer's work. Three-eyed fish in rivers, mutant...
Okay, so they went right past it. But the Higgs boson one's pretty interesting, dude.
They've got to have Googled quantum physics equation or something, right?
Well, it's not only that, it's that actually there are some legit mathematicians that write for The Simpsons.
Okay.
And that's like a known thing. But good job by them, because I guess they were only slightly off on the mass of a Higgs boson 8 years before, it was discovered. So, I mean, the explanation for that one is really that the mathematicians that work there were probably working on it. But, I mean, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, very much so.
What is this?
Tomatoes, stealing grease for cash, it's all been thought of by the ghosts of Springfield past. You might call them writers, but I call them prophets of Evergreen Terrace. Oh, and did I mention that they also called Disney acquiring the rights to The Simpsons themselves?
Oh, yeah, that's another one of the predictions that's pretty interesting. 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney. Like, it did that years before Disney started buying everything.
And, I wouldn't think that would be something that Disney would want to acquire. Simpsons used to be kind of be considered like potty mouth type of humor and everything.
Yeah, Simpsons. Yeah, that's true. So overall, just looking at it, just a glance at the Simpsons predict thing is pretty weird.
I do the South Park episode. Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
Yeah. And, that's a good point that they've done everything. Think how many things don't come true.
That's still really weird.
It's still weird.
Like, the skeptic in me thinks that Kamala was doing some sort of or someone played a prank on her with that.
Dude, I know, but that's a weird explanation. But it almost looks like she dressed on purpose to match Lisa Simpson's outfit.
Yes. Yep.
Which is pretty odd.
Yep.
Although, I don't know. Who knows why she could do that?
They also called Disney acquiring the rights to The Simpsons themselves smart like a group of 20th century foxes. So what has the internet community all up in arms? Well, I mean, besides that and that. Okay, so their arms are always up on something, but what I'm trying to segue casually to is the fact that in the recent Halloween episode, known to fans as the Treehouse of Horrors, the writer's room was especially sour on the outlook of America in 2021. Oh, haven't we had enough of this year? Well, someone left some black licorice in their candy bowls because they painted a pretty bleak picture of where America will be in a year's time. Firstly, they start us in nice and casual-like with a general apocalypse since Hans Moleman and...
Okay, I don't know if there's anything else in this video that's really about it.
I always heard about it, but that Kamala one's really strange to me.
Yeah. Yeah, the other video I had ready, which I could probably find pretty quick, went over a bunch of them that were like, the smartwatch. Oh, I actually think it might have been just this.
Who are the world's greatest prophets? Beat up.
Oh, yeah, this one's pretty interesting, I think. See this? Hang on.
Right, The Simpsons has predicted some major historical events and some completely random things like this.
Hey, Dolph, take a memo on your Newton. Beat up Martin.
Let's see. Beat.
So you see that? It kind of predicting autocorrect, yeah.
Yeah. Every time you try to talk to someone, it comes like duck.
Yeah, and I think that's a long time before iPhones, and they call it a Newton. You know?
Yeah.
It's just a little weird.
It is a little weird.
Maybe not, but what if I asked nicely? Please subscribe or video conferencing, which was predicted back in '95. Lisa visits a fortune teller at a fair and we're transported 15 years into the future. She's talking to Marge using her phone's video chat feature called a picture phone, which was ahead of its time, but finally became a reality in 2000.
Sci-fi has been doing since the beginning.
Right.
Of time.
It's almost hard not to predict that one. Everyone would have predicted this.
Really good predictors of futures. It seems to be sci-fi writers like Philip K. Dick and some of the stuff he's done, and
right,
and that's kind of what that seems to be.
They get it right because it makes sense that eventually that'll happen. Okay, this one's a GoPro. It's just a camera in his hat. Here's the voting machine thing. There's the president thing again. Oh, this one. I think this one's pretty interesting, actually. The NSA one.
Broke. The country is broke? How can that be?
The National Security Agency made headlines in 2013, but the NSA played a pivotal role in the Simpsons movie back in '07. Quick refresher, Homer accidentally pollutes Springfield's water supply, the family goes on the run, and the EPA declares the family as fugitives. The NSA finally tracks down Marge and the kids by listening in on their conversations. And 6 years later, Edward Snowden revealed widespread mass surveillance of its citizens by the American government through phone and internet records.
You know, people want to try to act like that wasn't a conspiracy theory, and it was the biggest conspiracy theory to come true in the history of this country. And people just act like because it's true, it's like that was a conspiracy. Everyone knew that. Yeah. No, you didn't, you dumb fucks.
No, I know.
You did it because of Snowden.
I know, because I was telling people that they had everything. I remember that, and I was being called crazy because I was saying, you know, they can read your text messages and shit. And people thought, okay.
It was before that even. I mean, I don't want to get too personal here, but someone you knew had a code that you guys would talk on phone because you'd worried about the NSA before Snowden.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was called crazy for stuff like that. Turns out they had listened to everything. They save it all, you know.
Yep. There's one time
became legal underneath Obama. Yep.
There's one time you text me saying, "Oh man, poker's just going terrible." I text back saying, "Geez, man, that sucks. You need anything? You need help or anything?" You're probably like, "Oh, it's actually going great. I'm just creating a paper trail in case the IRS."
Yep. See, I'm always thinking you got to stay one step ahead of these guys.
You know what? Simpsons did have something about their TV listening to them too.
Take your TV apart.
You know what? They had something like that with a TV, and now we have where if you bring up hot tub, you say hot tub, you're gonna have ads for hot tub over and over and over.
Yeah, you're laughing at me, Mac Diesel, but I was probably ahead of the game on that too. Half the bugs in chat programs and games are probably from NSA chat detection. I'll bet he's right. I'd never thought of that, but it's probably true.
Me neither. Yep.
And you know, the fact that the Simpsons just had this scene with the NSA listening in and finding where Homer was from it is really, it's one of those things where they call it a kind of, you know, predictive programming, where they get people to accept that it's happening to them, and then it doesn't feel like it's horrible thing.
What's your thoughts on that? You know, I always kind of thought that was BS too.
I more and more believe it. And I think that Hollywood does it. You know what I mean?
Because a year and 3 weeks ago, if you told me that we'd not only be on house arrest and not able to leave the house out of mask, but half the United States would be cheering it on and calling you anti-American for being against it, I would have thought, oh, God, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. But here we are. So now we have to re-examine every conspiracy ever. We got to give time to conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, I think they really do brainwash you through the media, you know?
Yeah.
The Xbox Connect, I think there was something.
The reason why
they're watching me play Wii Fit.
You know, like there's a reason NPR has WAP as their song of the year. It's one of the most disgusting songs ever, and we're not playing "Baby It's Cold Outside," but they'll play WAP. And not only that, NPR, which is supposed to be this non-biased government-ran news or government-funded news, is telling people that's the song of the year. Right. I don't want my kids hearing that shit.
No, I wouldn't either, man. And it seems like brainwashing on purpose. You know?
Also, if they make a joke of things like South Park vaccine about, people would say, That's the crazy episode of South Park. It's not true. You know, it kind of ties in what we say about Q. You know, finally, it seemed like people were starting to take conspiracy theorists a little bit real. We had Epstein. That was a conspiracy theory. We had Canada doing isolation camps, which is a conspiracy theory. But then we had Q, where nothing came through. And then we had the Q, who I think he was more of an actor than anything, going into the town hall with the bullhorns and stuff.
Right.
And now all of a sudden it's crazy. And
now everyone's crazy, right?
Anything's Q, and it's crazy. And all of a sudden now it's discredited.
Yeah. Yeah. Q made truthers look so bad, right?
You think Simpsons predicts the future? Geez, what are you, a Q follower?
Yeah. Like every conspiracy, now they can say Q. Yeah. That's one of the conspiracies we've been talking about lately is Q was a psyop.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Yeah, Nash. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for following.
We're getting closer to our Twitch partnership or whatever you call it.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Flat Earth, yep. And you'll notice the Flat Earth now, which is no coincidence, try to like tie in a little bit with Q, or else the media will actually kind of try to tie it in with Q also. Anything to discredit Q, which discredits conspiracy theorists, which they're going to try to use to stop Trump's run in 3.5 years from now.
And real quick, just to sum up one thing about that, look at Epstein. Real. Yeah. Epstein got arrested. Him being murdered in prison, that also is very real. The Catholic Church covering up pedophilia for
that was a big
1,000 years, probably. Huge conspiracy. Yep. That one's real too. Jimmy Savile, the English Parliament, our own Congress and Senate being involved in pedophilia. All of these things are very real. And QAnon comes along and says, look at all these real things.
They tie in these very real stuff. Yeah,
right. You're right. And then they say, we're fighting them, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out they were full of shit. And now, in retrospect, people say, oh, all of those things must be fake Q things. Yes. It's like, no, they aren't. Those things are real. The Q thing was bullshit. But all the creepy shit Q was talking about is still real, and it's being lumped together to make conspiracy theories all just be disregarded.
Yeah, not only Clintons, of course, we have even scientists. They're thinking, what in the hell excuse would they have here? I mean, they were on the logs. We've talked about that too. There's some. We should just show the flight log sometime and just show everyone that's been on there.
Well, dude, what I loved about Q is I was praying the military was fighting this evil shit.
Yeah, you're wanting to root for it.
And that's why I halfway believed. Yeah. And a lot of stuff was like, oh my gosh,
especially
this looks
the
real.
Whole hey, don't worry, our media's terrible, and we know that people are being tortured. But don't worry, we're really winning, and the Patriots are in charge. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It was a good feeling.
Yeah.
But now I feel bad. Looks like the plan failed.
Anybody for believing in Q, even though the first Q drop was just so dumb, and that should take everyone off. But after everything, and now people are no, the new date's April 3rd. I don't even know what it is. I'm sure there's a new date though.
Yeah. Well, our chat's making some good points, man.
Yeah, it really was. We're having trouble keeping up, but we're doing a really good job.
Well, I don't know. That's kind of a tangent. We're suddenly talking about that shit again. But I think this thing, like the NSA, the Simpsons talking about the NSA listening in on everyone before it was known, way before it was the truth.
It's so funny how after something's proven to not be conspiracy theory, it's never was. The revisionist history.
Right.
Epstein, I mean, we had somebody that we know tell us that Epstein, that's not a conspiracy theory. Yes, it was, because only conspiracy theorists knew who Epstein was a year ago. You had no idea. You'd never heard that name before.
Right.
But now, because it's a cute meme on Facebook, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah, and when people would say there's an island these rich weirdos go to for pedophilia, that was a crazy conspiracy theory.
And boy, the news is doing a good job of changing that from young kids to 17-year-olds that wanted money.
Yeah.
They're not slaves. They're just a little bit on the young side, prostitutes.
Yeah, they have really made the image of that island.
Bohemian Grove's a good one. After they blew the whistle of that, now it's got a Wikipedia page and act like it's a place you just go and rent out. No problem.
Right.
Just no girls allowed, basically.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove's the weirdest shit.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm
And
so thankful to Alex Jones for blowing the lid off the Bohemian Grove. That's where a lot of distrust for these politicians, you know, it's like we shouldn't be trusting these people implicitly.
No.
Later, Edwards.
Well, should we keep going with some? A little,
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Snowden revealed widespread mass surveillance of its citizens by the American government through phone and internet records. The show also correctly
this one's
predicted
cool.
the 2016 Nobel Prize winner 6 years before it happened. That's right, never underestimate Milhouse. He's a genius. Seriously. In 2010, he correctly predicted Bengt Holmstrom would win it, and he did in 2016. The Nobel Prize in Economics. Milhouse was part of a Nobel Prize betting pool.
Look at this.
Nerd alert, with Lisa, Martin, and Database.
What?
See that? Now, you know, this is another one where they might have been able to predict it and it's not extremely crazy. You know what I mean? See, I don't know who this guy is, but he was probably writing books on economics.
Yeah, I guess you just knew that maybe there are times coming. But at the same time, you could bet on the future props for MLB coming up on who's going to win MVP. And you could win some very serious money for next year, let alone if you could bet in 3 years, 4 years.
Right. Well, ask the Simpsons who they think for the MLB.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
It doesn't take a Nobel Prize winner to predict this one. FIFA is corrupt. Back in 2014, Homer was asked by FIFA to help repair the organization's
I thought this
image
one was cool.
and to actually referee a World Cup in Brazil. Yep, that happened. The episode forecasted the FIFA arrests, though not by naming anyone specifically. Real life.
So do you remember when FIFA corruption was in the news?
Yeah, basically, if you wanted to hold the World Cup, you just, whoever the highest bidder was behind closed doors, right?
That's why they ended up having
I'm sure
it.
the Olympics is going to turn out to be the same thing.
I'm sure.
You know, Olympics, they act like it's going to be a boon for the local economy, and it's anything but.
Right.
It basically just drains taxpayer money. But the local politicians don't give a shit because it's not their money, and they get the stardom from it, basically. They're going to have this big party celebrate
Accolades.
themselves.
Yeah.
And they're not taking that price tag.
Yep.
FIFA officials were indicted a year later amidst corruption claims. Years early on the God particle, which Simpson discovered the Higgs boson before anyone else. Homer was a good 14 years early on the God particle.
I want to show that year.
It turns out the Simpsons writers are also mathematicians,
that.
apparently, because Homer Simpson discovered the Higgs boson before anyone else.
That's
Homer was a
pretty
good
cool.
14 years early on the God particle, which helps explain how everything in the universe has mass. In a 1998 episode, Homer becomes an inventor and is shown at a chalkboard with an extremely complicated equation. Unbelievably, that equation actually predicts the mass of the Higgs boson, or something extremely...
What?
Get a crayon stuck in his nose and hitting his brain.
Oh,
and
he did.
he's like bonding with Lisa, but they found out it was a crayon. And so they're deciding they're going to take it out or not. So he has like a heartfelt goodbye to Lisa.
I'm going to have to watch these episodes, man.
I could be wrong on that one, but
I think this is a really cool one of all the predictions, you know.
Yeah.
The Higgs boson.
Close to it. Believe me, it's incredible, and was co-signed by Dr. Simon Singh, author of The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets. This one is extremely bleak.
Seems so wasteful to have Olympics in different locations every time. All those buildings, etc. Yeah, that's right. They build these huge stadiums, and then they're completely empty.
Like towns.
Yeah. I've read about that it like destroys the city it goes to, you know. Okay, so this one's kind of weird, but
The Simpsons may have hinted at the Ebola outbreak way back in 1997. The episode features Marge trying to get a sick and depressed Bart out of bed and offering to read him this book, Curious George and the Ebola Virus.
Would you like to color something?
I did.
Could that drawing be a sign of life after an outbreak of a deadly virus? I know it's a stretch, but this episode was widely shared by YouTube user The Controversy 7, who theorized that the show predicted the 2014 American Ebola outbreak. Elsewhere in the world, the show also predicted Greece's financial crisis a few years early. Back in 2012, Homer appeared as a guest commentator on the program Headbutt. Watch closely as the ticker runs across the bottom of the screen. Europe puts Greece on eBay. Of course, just 3 years later, Greece plunged into economic crisis, becoming the first developed country to default on an International Monetary Fund loan repayment. And yet another scary one,
funny.
Siegfried and Roy's tiger attack. In the episode, Mr. Burns is opening up a casino with a wannabe Siegfried and Roy, two German magicians, Gunther and Ernst, and their long-running show that tragically ends in a tiger attack. 10 years later, Roy Horn was mauled in Las Vegas during a performance that left him partially paralyzed and ended the show's 13-year production. Speaking of performers, the show predicted Lady Gaga and her Super Bowl halftime show. Kudos for guessing Gaga would headline a big-time performance, but it's not all that impressive. Hell, she's one of the world's biggest stars. What's really impressive, however, is how spot-on the performance was. Her Springfield performance had her suspended in air, and the same came true 5 years later when she descended from the roof at halftime during Super Bowl 51. Only Sting did it better.
Similar.
So the Undertaker coming in?
That's Sting.
Oh.
Nerd.
This one was recently confirmed. Disney owns Fox. Back in 1998, director Ron Howard pitches Homer's screenplay to producer Brian Grazer at 20th Century Fox. Now, pay close attention to the sign at the beginning of this scene. The Fox studio lot is, quote, a division of the Walt Disney Company.
Okay, looks like that's all of them. Really.
Yeah, looks like we got through it.
Oh, here's a 9/11 one. But yeah. Okay, well, that's kind of the Simpsons summed up there. The Simpsons predictions.
Should we get back in, or should we get into the new craze in crypto?
Yeah, tell me about that, because
all right.
I don't know anything
so I'm looking up really quick. So Bitcoin's at $54,000.
Thanks, Miggles.
So the biggest thing, I think, the difference between this Bitcoin bull run bubble, if you want to call it, compared to last one, like last one seemed to be not about Bitcoin as much. You were kind of looking at these other projects going, look at what these guys are wanting to do. These guys are wanting to make an internet that's decentralized that nobody could ever take control of and censor you. And, they call it like cool concepts.
Yeah.
But it turns out that so many of them were scams and stuff. And so when that bubble popped, I feel like that popped. And now it seems to be more about Bitcoin itself, a store of digital gold, a way to get away from the dollar since they're printing so many dollars. It seems a little bit different. But right before Bitcoin bubble burst the first time, there was something called crypto kitties. Do you remember these?
No.
I don't even know how to explain them. They're basically pictures of cats you would buy on the Ethereum blockchain for a lot of money. And you could breed them, I think, with different cats. And you get like rare cats that way.
Okay.
And people were spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on these.
All right.
And of course, people would say like this is a tulip phase, all of that. And when the market burst, nobody gave a shit anymore about it. It's kind of one of the signs that people were looking at going, oh shit, are we in the bubble? Just because it was so crazy. Now there's a new one. They're called NFTs. Have you heard about these at all?
No.
So basically it's digital art. And people make jokes because they'll sell a piece of digital art for $1 million. And someone's like, well, I just saved it or screenshot it. But it's kind of like, I don't know, the reason American Gothic is worth so much money. You can go take a picture of it or print it out or do a fake and it's not worth anything.
DZ Drunk knows what you're talking about, dude.
Yep. Off the thing and fork, yep. And so you actually own the one of this artwork. You own the original. And so people are selling it that way. Even though you can take a copy of the Mona Lisa or all these, it's not worth anything unless you have the original. Well, now we have that coming in the crypto world too.
So we have digital originals.
They do art scams in real life too, like all that. Are you doing like a tax write-off type of scam, money laundering type stuff too?
And also when the city pays $5 million for a red tube, crap like that.
This is an artist. But yeah, play this video. It kind of gives not a very deep one, but then I want to show you some of this that's actually happening in real life. I actually tried buying a $200 pack of basketball cards on this to open live on air, but not only am I late to the game, they've been so sold out. They're selling for big bucks. But I'm on a list that's supposed to tell me when the next drop is, and I'm going to go and get on the wait list for that. And if I get it, no matter how much money it is, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to open it live on air.
And it's like a baseball card pack.
Yeah.
And then so you could get a Babe Ruth original NFT.
Right now they only have basketball. The NFL did, or NBA did basketball. And there's only, I think, like 2 or 3 packs that have dropped. Gronkowski saw this, and the NFL usually like owns the right to you for like football cards and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think he got on this early, and he just went and made kind of his own moments into cards, and they sold for like $1 million.
Who did?
Rob Gronkowski. It's the tight end for.
Good job by him.
Bucks. So now Patrick Mahomes sees this, and he's going to beat the NFL too. So the NFL is going to have to hurry up, or all their stars are going to do this on their own.
How strange.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play this.
You may have heard of a 10-second video artwork that sold for $6.6 million in late February. Or perhaps the video clip of a LeBron James slam dunk that a fan paid $208,000 to own. These transactions are part.
Man, what is going on? I don't understand this.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that think like, oh, this is just money laundering. This is the way to launder money without being suspicious, that sort of thing.
Okay,
I'm sure there's something going on there.
I'll let this explain to me what this is.
But the Crypto Kitties thing took off, and it was way weirder than this.
A new digital investment craze.
Part of a new digital investment craze that has exploded over the past year. But what makes these assets that exist solely on the internet so valuable?
Good question.
These digital assets are known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. Blockchain technology allows these items to be publicly authenticated, serving as a digital signature to certify who owns it and that it is an original work. NFTs cannot be exchanged on a like-for-like basis, as each one is unique, in contrast to fungible assets like dollars, stocks, or bars of gold. Take it from art collector and investor Pablo Rodriguez Fraile, who bought a 10-second video clip by artist Beeple in October and turned it around for $6.6 million at the end of February.
Same argument as, you can go into the Louvre and take a picture of the Mona Lisa and you can have it there, but it doesn't have any value because it doesn't have the provenance or the history of the work. Again, the reality here is that this is very, very valuable because of who is behind.
The start of the rush has been linked to the launch
Holy
of the
shit.
NBA's
Top Shot
website.
This is the first
which
one that
allows
did
users
this.
to buy and
My
trade
brother and I actually have
NFTs
a friend
in the
that
form
sent us
of
a
video
text saying,
clip
hey, go buy
highlights
one
of
of these.
games.
It was like
A user paid
$11.
$208,000 to acquire a clip of
And
a
now you're
LeBron
wishing
James
you
slam
had.
dunk.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been really cool because we've launched the public beta in October, and already since then we processed over almost 200.
You know, this seems so odd, and it seems so like it wouldn't be valuable, but I suddenly really want to start buying them. And
Oh, I'm getting on that. I will buy every pack that I'm allowed to buy. I was really excited to open it up live on air. I thought, oh, cool to be if we open something worth some good money. And not only am I too late to the game, the prices are already exploding. So there's 2 packs that went so far. One's like $11, $14, and one was $200. $200 was supposed to be like more rare and stuff. And our buddy got like the $11 one. He's got a card in there that's supposedly worth about $500, and I'm guessing it's just going to go up.
This is such a strange idea because let's say it's a baseball card, right? Someone could make an image of that card and it would be the exact same looking, right? But
it'd be worth $0.
But it wouldn't have any
It'd be worth $0
because it's not the original.
I don't know if you've seen this. The baseball card market is exploding right now.
I've heard that it was going up over the past 10 years, but I don't know.
They have the dark ages of like the late like the 90s to like the 2010s, let's say. I'm probably wrong on the years. Whereas the dark ages, because they just had millions of these cards printed. And like when they'd see a card starting to be worth more money, it was years later, they'd see like a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. They would go and just print more. They didn't destroy the printing presses. They just still don't make more. Cash is similar. It only has the value that people believe the value to be. Yep. In the future, I think you'll have picture frames as large as TVs displaying your NFTs. I'll be damned.
Cool.
I'll be damned. That would be weird. But I could see that.
I could see that.
And then going back to the baseball card thing, and then once the internet came around and eBay and stuff, people would start throwing these on eBay, and there's only supposed to be a few thousand, let's say, and also there'd be millions on there. And everyone found out like, oh, we're getting screwed. And it plummeted. Well, now those same kind of nerds that were into that are adults and rich. So what they're doing now, like Tots will get like an old Babe Ruth autograph ball, cut up that ball, put it in a card, sell it in a pack of cards that has a 1 in a million chance of getting a Babe Ruth autographed ball piece, and cut up his jersey and his pants, do the same thing, and sell it for $1,000 a pack, and people go crazy for it.
Right.
So it's kind of coming back because of that, and the older stuff too, because of grading. Now they can go and you send it into a scientist. They look at it under a microscope and say, okay, this is real, or okay, this isn't real. That sort of thing.
Well, these non-fungible digital things are amazing to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I don't know why I'm bothering explaining to you guys why baseball cards are worth money, because they're really not at all related to this.
Well, they're related a little bit in the concept of collecting things.
You might want to play this out, and I'll show you 2 sites of the marketplaces we could go to.
All right.
$250 million in transactions.
Some athletes are seizing on the opportunity. Super Bowl winning tight end Rob Gronkowski is launching his own digital trading cards as NFTs in March, telling Reuters he expects millions.
This is
he got
a digital
almost
trading card that I am letting, my fans be able to get a piece of the action and share these iconic Super Bowl moments with me in this all-new digital format.
Examples of NFTs range from digital artworks and sports cards to pieces of land in virtual environments, and even as digital memorabilia.
At my house the other day, the land. Remember that?
Yeah, you told me
there's
I could buy digital land.
Basically made Earth 2 for VR, and they scan the entire Earth, and they're selling land on it right now.
That makes me want to buy it. I'm such an idiot, though. I'm going to go spend all my money on fake land. It'll be worth nothing.
Like those idiots that buy stars. We'll name the star after you. It's your star.
It feels like that. Although, so let's talk about this virtual reality selling Earth 2. What if that became like a really popular VR game?
If that game became as big as WoW, whoever's buying now is probably a millionaire.
Right. So why aren't we buying?
Way more likely, because way more likely it becomes
nothing.
Yeah, whatever offshoot that Kurt Schilling that put his entire wealth in a town's entire wealth and went bankrupt. Right. Do you know that story?
No.
Kurt Schilling, the baseball player, kind of took a lot of his money and sunk it into a game. I think it was kind of like WoW, and sunk everything into it. He even talked like the mayor into putting some town's money into this.
Oh no.
And it got good reviews, just the wrong timing, and it fucking went kaput.
Oh no, I had never. Yeah, that's a funny story. We'll have to talk about
a show on that.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
They don't have the moon yet. I think they do. I think they could do the moon. And of course, now the newest one is buying land in Scotland to become a lord and a lady.
I've seen that.
Yep.
I'd rather buy some land in digital Scotland and become a digital lord. Speaking of digital lords, look at this douchebag.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice nose ring, buddy.
Twitter boss Jack Dorsey has just put up for sale the first tweet ever, his own from 15 years ago.
I'd like to buy his pasta tweet.
Yeah. How about his satanic pasta tweet?
Yeah. How much for that one, Jack? $666.
An early bid stood at $2.5 million. Dorsey has said proceeds will go to a charity fighting extreme poverty. Like many new niche investment areas, there is the risk of major losses if
I can't get that concept where I buy a non-fungible version of his tweet.
You know what's way dumber? Going to a modern art museum.
All right.
You just lose IQ points from just walking around in there.
Why?
Why?
Because modern art, you're saying because modern art is such bullshit?
Yeah, people try to act like they could tell the difference between this modern art. This piece of white canvas is different than a white canvas I do at home because this was worth millions of dollars supposedly.
Right.
That's way dumber than this.
You see where somebody put up what did he do? He just put up like a little picture in the Museum of Modern Art, and it stayed there for like 15 years, and it was just some piece of shit. And they let it stay up because they couldn't tell the difference.
There's two documentaries people should watch tonight, since it kind of goes with this. Exit Through the Gift Shop, where it actually has Banksy in it, kind of before Banksy got super big, and it's actually him with a hidden.
I remember
voice
that
and
movie.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And My Kid Could Paint That. They're both great, and it just shows how retarded. Banksy was embarrassed. I don't want to give too much away, but he was embarrassed at the conclusion of this. because he thought that the art crowd knew better and stuff. Those are two big ones that people should watch right now.
Did you see the interesting thing Banksy did recently, where they had an auction for one of his paintings?
And they went through the shredder.
Yeah, it sold for like $15 million. I don't remember, millions of dollars, and then it started to shred itself.
Do you want to hear the funniest thing about it?
What? Oh, the price went up. Yeah,
the price went up.
Yeah,
after it was shredded,
which I actually like.
You know, Banksy did the thing where he went to New York and those street vendors. He had a bunch of his original works out as a street vendor, and only 3 or 4 of them sold, and they just had a ton of them out there all day long.
That's cool.
Yeah,
they're probably for $80 or something. Nobody buy it.
People were haggling.
I love
Some lady got 3 of them for $70 and stuff.
Yeah, have you seen that? There's a video of a guy in Subway in New York, and he's playing the violin, and he's like the best violin player in the world. You know, something like that on the, symphony of the, Sydney Symphony or something. And people just walking by him, nobody really pays him too much attention.
Do you know what's probably great radio that our listeners probably love is us talking about videos that we've seen.
We're making points.
I know.
Somewhat.
It's so kind of funny. Just because my brain instantly goes to, oh, that's kind of how it happened in the OA. And that's how they found that she had a near-death experience.
Right. All right, let's play the rest of this.
Yeah.
The hype dies.
There's the risk of major losses if the hype dies down.
OpenSea, a marketplace for NFTs, saw monthly sales volume grow to $86.3 million in February, citing blockchain data. Just
early
a year
adapters
ago,
right
sales
now.
were at 1.5 million. For now, enthusiasts and traders like NFT investor Nate Hart are caught up in the excitement.
The hype is extremely high right now. I've used the analogy a couple times that, early NFT guys have kind of been presented with the same opportunity as maybe people who found Bitcoin early.
You know what?
Can predict
He
the
might
future,
not
but
be completely wrong there.
Yeah, I know.
So go to, there's 2 websites I want to go to. First one is, you might want to Google this. Just Google NBA space Top Shot.
All right.
And click on that first one. So this is the first this is I think licensed by the NBA and all of this. Go down to grab and open packs right there. I went on here thinking I'll just buy one of those $200 ones because that didn't say sold out when I was looking earlier, but it's been sold out for a long time. So the Seeing Stars for $14 is the one my buddy got. He actually sent me and my brother a link, and we dumbly ignored it. Bitcoin's a good example of how hiding a trend early can help, but later not so much. Finding a trend, sorry. Yep. The Rising Stars is $200. So I try to click on that. Apparently, there's a giant wait list you get on, and it's hundreds of thousands for just a few thousand packs. And in order to get this one, you've had to or even get on the wait list, you've had to have had the other pack and gotten a moment card or something to even get in line for this. So they make it so you can't sell your packs to other people. You have to open it yourself. But I'm guessing they can't stop you from giving your keys, meaning your password, your login, everything, to someone else. So people have been doing that on eBay, and this pack alone sells for well over $2,000. And that's giving up your whole account, and it's illegal to do. Or not illegal, it's against the rules to do that. So if this was just, if they let you give these away unopened, I'm sure they'd be worth tens of thousands of dollars right now. So I'm on the list, and I'm gonna for sure get one of these. I don't care what sport.
Yeah.
And we're gonna open it live on air. I don't know how much. I don't care how much it costs. I will pay
I love it,
well
dude.
into $1,000 for this, and we'll open it live on air.
It almost feels like you're not going to lose money on this.
I know.
And you'll probably make a ton.
So then you can just go to, kind of make this bigger so I can see it again. Yeah, it should be interesting. So yeah, we'll let you guys know when I do that. But I'm sure I'm going to be able to get one of these. I'll be watching it all the time, and we'll do this. Hit Marketplace up there in the middle now.
Okay.
So this just kind of shows what some of the stuff, you just go down. This shows what some of the stuff is selling for.
10K plus.
No, that's the edition side. So click on legendary tier to the right.
Okay.
And you just click on those so you can see some prices. These are just, you open a card and it's a moment. And this is what these are selling for.
What the hell, dude? So I could buy Leonard. What moment am I buying here? How strange I'm buying this moment I could just watch on YouTube.
And there's
why is this moment worth 18 grand?
And there's more than one of these. There's probably hundreds of these.
Guy shoots a 2-pointer. I don't even think that was a 3. Maybe it was.
He's walking pretty. He's running. I love that jog he does.
Is this to win the NBA Finals or something?
I have no idea.
But even still, this whole idea of buying this moment is so strange to me.
Just make sure to sell it. I always get caught up thinking, someday this will be worth way more. I bought $600 worth of electronium, and I watched it go all the way up to $25,000 and go all the way back down to $300. So I'm pretty good at not selling. When something doesn't make sense, they're not telling us everything. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Okay, so you just kind of explained it, but there's more than one of this moment.
Oh yeah, I think there's tons.
There's 20 of them. There's 20 of this moment.
For sale, I think. I think that's not counting people that don't have it for sale. Like my buddy that got that $14 pack, he's got a car that's worth like $400 or $500. He's just sitting on it. He's not selling it.
He shouldn't sell it. It's going to be worth $10 million.
Hopefully he doesn't do what I did to Electronium and watch it go up to $25,000 and go to nothing.
Okay, I want to find the most expensive thing. Most valuable listings. $240,000. What the hell? Well, let's watch this amazing thing. Well, if only I could own that.
God, you know what DZD said about people having big, I can kind of see that. You have something against your wall that shows this, and you have your man cave, and God, is that the original LeBron shitting all over the United States and propping up China? Yeah, it is. Wow, bro, that's cool.
Can the NBA copyright?
I don't know.
I kind of.
I think that's why Gronk and now Mahomes is beating them to it. Because Gronk already did his and sold it. Mahomes says he even says, I'm going to beat the NFL on this. And he's doing it right now.
That is a good point.
This is where...
That's a good point about the copyright thing.
Yeah.
And it also would make more sense for DZD's point about having a picture frame on your wall that plays through them. Because you could, technically, maybe you won't be able to watch.
You don't want the original. You'd be a loser. Have you read the book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
No, I haven't read it.
It's the book that spawned Blade Runner. Both of them, obviously. Yeah. But their whole thing there, because it's like in a dystopian future where everyone's escaping Earth to Mars because there's like something in the atmosphere that's deadly or whatever, and everyone stays here, becomes whatever. You don't need to know the book. But anyway, it's like it's a kind of everyone wants to have a pet, and it doesn't matter which kind. The bigger the pet it is, the more expensive it is. But everyone has one just to show their value and their worth. And people are trying to buy fake ones that are so realistic that you can't tell the difference. But it's almost like an embarrassment to own a fake one. And you feel real, you really want a real live animal.
And okay, that's an interesting plot. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think this is almost going to be something similar. I think you're going to, just like an autograph. You take a Babe Ruth autograph, I could take a ball and write Babe Ruth that looks identical, but it's not a Babe Ruth autograph. You wouldn't go and put that up on your shelves. So someone comes in your house and sees a Babe Ruth autograph, thinks, is that Babe Ruth autograph? Yeah, that's awesome. But if they walk in and say, is that Babe Ruth autograph? No, my kid did that. Oh, that's really dumb.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're seeing some of this anyway in the collectible realm.
Look at this.
I can see this.
$14? Sign me up. Whatever the hell this. $14 lowest ask. $4,500 top sale. That sounds like a pretty good return. There's 1,200 of these for sale.
And I don't follow basketball at all.
I don't either. I couldn't care less.
That's why when my buddy sent me the link for basketball cards, like, you wake me up when they got football or whatever.
Dude, this seems like a money-making opportunity.
Here's the thing. If these do take off, these all are going to be worth so much. It's going to be like Magic cards, how those first series are worth way more, and Pokemon and everything. Solve copyright music on the internet.
How do you mean could solve copyrighted music? Like, so that I can't download it illegally? Or what does that mean?
Or you just have a fake. Your Cardi B WAP, that's a fake.
But how could NFT technology solve copyrighted music? What does that mean?
Because you could follow, it's on the blockchain. So you could look at it and know, we have proof beyond a doubt.
This is the real Beatles song here that we're listening to.
Maybe it would be illegal to own if it wasn't.
Right.
You got it, maybe it's illegal. It's going to be crazy to see.
Damn, that's actually
the problem blockchain is going to solve.
Yeah, blockchain, that's an interesting... Yeah, you couldn't download it illegally.
Yeah,
because they would know. They'd say, oh, this isn't the NFT.
Or the only thing that would be out there seeded would be NFT type of thing.
DMCA could enforce the rules. Yeah. Dang, that's interesting. That's a really interesting point about this.
Oh.
Because they'll be able to say if a copy of anything is officially the official copy from Miramax of this movie is this NFT version. And anyone not watching this NFT version is watching a fake version or whatever.
Or it might be almost impossible to get a fake version at that point.
I suppose it would be. They'd have scrubbed them off the internet.
Yeah.
Duh, that freaks me out a little bit. But
so this kind of shows a better, like, this is the NBA doing this. It's set up pretty good. There's another webpage when you're done looking at this.
All right.
Called OpenSea, as an SEA. I believe it's .io. Let me see if that works. This is just like, this is the marketplace they talked about earlier. And this is like, you could put something on here if you wanted.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture of me dunking
These
a basketball
prices
at
are in
10,000.
Ethereum, by the way.
Okay, cool. How much for this stupid thing?
You can buy it for $700 if you want.
This is great, dude.
Go up the trading cards up there. See what comes up if you click that trading cards thing.
Trading cards.
Up.
Oh, I gotcha.
There. And we might only want to do sports later. See what comes up there. Huh. So someone else already did some. I don't even know what sport that is, but
Realty. I could buy Christ the Redeemer for like who? I wonder what is this Realty company? Realty Cards. Dude, this is so smart. We should start a Realty. We'll just sell. I'll sell Christ the Redeemer too.
An NFT artist.
I might have to too. This is where the real money is. Dude, this is so smart. I'll go sell London Bridge. Give me 10 million.
Go do a goat seed, put it in the not safer looking part.
This is selling for $3,000, whatever the hell this is. Dude.
So we have no idea if that's actually, I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
But I have no idea if that's actually the going rate or sold or whatever.
Right.
Go up to sports for the hell of it. Yeah, just see what comes. Okay, so just kind of.
Okay, look at this. Gronk championship card. Is this the official one?
I don't know. That's $61,000 right there. The all-time average price is $5,000. I bet it's one of them.
What is this?
The price history
of this exact one, or what? Like, how does that work?
Of this listing right here, it's gone up in 2 days. That much money. I don't know how much that much is, but
dude, this is so Garrett. I've never heard of NFTs until today, and this is super interesting to me.
Yep.
I want to. You
know what? If you would buy this right now, even at $61,000, I almost would guarantee you get more money from it.
Who knows about this crap?
That's just where the rich get richer, because you could take a shot if you've got a ton of money sitting around. I'm going to buy this $61,000. If it goes down, you're thinking whatever. But if it goes up to $6 million, you're thinking, hey, $6 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another Gronk one. Look.
Where I just went past it?
Nope, go down.
Oh.
Left. There's another one.
Okay, this looks like the same pose.
So this one's only $8,000. This one's cheaper.
Is this a different card or something?
Yeah, I think he's a set.
All right.
So that's 70 out of 87. See how that's him just spiking it rather than...
Man, this is
at least
nuts.
those NBA ones actually had...
Oh, yeah, this one he's running. Dude, I'm going to have to read about this.
Yeah. Where did you hear about NFT? I think I saw... So I remember CryptoKitties, because I actually looked into it. As stupid it is, I've been getting spammed. I've been using Twitter notifications on my phone. I've was following that CryptoKitties, and I was huge into crypto. That first bubble pop, huge. And I actually thought, like, well, what if I just go and buy a really rare kitty for whatever thousands and breed it with another rare kitty? Will that kitty be worth a ton? Because I just saw that it was increasing so much. I thought maybe I could just go do that. So I didn't know that was a term for it, but I was aware that there was like digital art on the blockchain. And then I saw people making fun of these, basically saying like, this went from $8,000 to $40,000. People say, well, yeah, I just screenshotted it for free. And I just saw some of those. And I kind of started. And then I got the text from my buddy saying, hey, go get a pack of these cards. I just did. And I was really stupid and didn't do it. He even said, hey, I just got a card that's supposed to be worth $400. And I still didn't do it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I don't like basketball.
Dude, so which one of these places is the one you were talking about for VR? Do you know? Because these are virtual worlds.
None of these.
None of these ones. Okay,
None of these.
Yeah, they're all selling real estate. How weird, man.
How much do these go for? Click on one of them.
70,000. I mean,
what is it that? I mean,
Etherland. I don't know.
$45,000. Oh no, 45.
I think so. 45.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. 0.59 ether, is that all?
No.
So that would only be like $1,500.
I mean, that's
it's still crazy.
There's got to be billions of plots of land. For
oh
that.
yeah, infinite.
Yeah. So this is NFTs. I will definitely be able to get a pack eventually, and I will definitely open it on air. And like I said, I don't care how much money it costs. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I thought Bitcoin was dumb when it started. Yeah, me too. I was like, what's this? I still do, but who would have known the bubble it's in? Or what it might be worth someday, you know?
Yeah. I don't think this is the all-time high.
No,
but
it's
I also
going way
think
up.
we're going to see way lower before we see the all-time high. But who knows with how much money is being pumped in with these stimuluses. We're up to $8 trillion in the last year. Who knows what that's going to do?
Well, this is super interesting. I got to look into this.
Yeah.
Look at these. Who's buying this crap? Somebody's making millions of dollars with this, dude.
MS Paint. Hey, Michael, if you're listening, can we get a hold of your older roommate and have him draw some dragons for us in MS Paint?
Dude,
Put
look.
those on there.
Crack Party used to own CryptoKitties. You reading that, Garrett?
Was Lucky Divine? No, Monocast.
5 moon cats.
Amazon could refuse to take right than peer-to-peer trade of my opponent.
Just a quick 65x. Good job, dude. Not too shabby. Amazon and others could refuse to take it right, then peer-to-peer trade of it. Yeah, Bitcoin might plummet for different reasons. Yeah. Governments could make it illegal, but it also might become the worldwide currency adopted by everyone.
I will say that I don't think it ever will. It's not set up to be. It's a dinosaur. I've already gone ad nauseum like Bitcoin won't be the one, but it still might be the most expensive one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's we went an hour and a half-ish, we call it.
Yeah, we should probably call it.
Do you have anything to play it out on?
Let me see. I had something cool. Oh, let's play it out on this. This is a fake video, by the way. But it looks kind of real. Have you seen this one, Garrett?
No.
See this? Whoops.
This is the same people we made fun of before. This is
Boston Dynamics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe it is.
This is the first one that people were saying was real.
Yeah, I mean, it's really well done, Obviously, it's fake, though, because look, he's letting this robot point a loaded gun at him 4 times.
You know what Elon says about these bots, right? He even says they're eventually going to run so fast you won't be able to see them. But they will be able to, to them, time going so slow, they'll be able to shoot you with 100% accuracy, running past you faster than you can see them.
How long from now? I mean, I guess I believe that in 2,000 years or something, but it'll be a while before they can run that fast and shoot me.
They could probably do something similar in 10 years if they had a proper road set up and everything.
Yeah.
Do you want to replace policemen? That would be another one where most sci-fi has gotten stuff right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's this video.
All right, guys. Well, that's a fun show.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting show. The Simpsons, NFTs. I enjoyed
Nash,
it.
I don't want to butcher your name, but thank you for following and thank you for chatting. It's really interesting.
Thanks everybody for watching.
And we will be back Thursday. See you guys Thursday.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked. This is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. Truth bombs that many never knew. We talking politics, everything up to the moon. Was the landing real or fake? I guess you'll never know. Let's talk. This is the Nate and Garrett Show. Yeah. So lend me your ear, let's get it poppin'. You know that we keep it live, non-stopping. Educating, entertain, there ain't no doubt. After you listen, you'll be thinking way outside the box. From media dishonesty, never let them play you. Keep it authentic nowadays, many can't do. Unfiltered is how we do it. Make sure you stay locked in and tuned in, let's go. Had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens.